So the Memphis Grizzlies defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves 125 to 118 with Morant leading the charge with 33 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. And today we're going to be talking about the Memphis Grizzlies and their future moving on in the NBA. So what's up? I'm JDC. I do Rockets/NBA videos. So that's what you'd like to see. Drop a like down below, press the sub button. I really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1K by the end of Christmas. So I'd appreciate it if you guys dropped a like, press the sub button. I'm just going to do a video talking about Morant because he's been absolutely special this season. So in just 9 games played, 25 points per game, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 49 from the field, 35 from 3, 75 from the free throw. So 75 from the free throw, pretty much his only weakness in his game. But, looking at these other stats, he's been absolutely phenomenal, averaging 2 steals per game, which is absolutely crazy. So in this game especially, 42 from the field and 50 from 3. He looked absolutely killer out there. Now, I will say that I only watched the bitter end of the fourth and like all the way through the OT, so I can't really say too much about the game. But from past games and what I've seen from him and his growth, Morant has actually been growing a lot ever since his rookie season. So looking at his seasons from previously, 2020 to 2021, 19 points per game. 2019-2020, 18 points per game. So he's been growing each and every year, and he's averaging a career high in points per game, which is absolutely crazy, averaging around the same assists and actually averaging a career high in rebounds. So then looking at his shooting splits, a career high in field goal percentage, career high in 3-point percentage, and actually that's not really career low, but 75 from the free throw was actually his second best. So nothing too bad there from Morant. He's been absolutely killer at only 22 years old too, which is pretty crazy. He's been leading this Memphis Grizzlies team, who definitely need to find their, I don't want to say like identity, but they need to find their way. They are 6-4. I think they have a lot of potential to become a really great team, and they can make the play-in again, make a lot of noise, and then probably just get bounced out of the first round because they did lose to Utah last season. But they have a really great roster. Looking at it right now, Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, who still has yet to play a game, and when he comes back, it's going to be absolutely killer because on defense, he's absolutely crazy. Brandon Clark, who had a really great game off the bench for them today. I think it was 20 points off the bench. Absolutely great game from the Canadian. Jaren Jackson Jr., who, although has been pretty subpar in the last few seasons, well, the last season especially, playing only 11 games, I think this season he's going to be a candidate for the MIP award. Over the season, in just 9 games played, 14 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. So I think this year especially, he's going to be really great. Looking at his shooting splits, 34 from the field, which actually is a career low, 33 from 3, which is not a career low, but the second worst in his career, and shooting 96 from the free throw, which actually is a career high. So I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to become a ballot for the MIP alongside people like maybe Shea. I think Shea might honestly win it. Zion, if Zion actually gets it going this season, because he is injured. But I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is another name to look out for. So looking at the other guys on the roster, Jarrett Culver, who's in the G League right now, Xavier Tillman, Zaire Williams, their 2021 pick number 10, Sam Merrill, who they did trade. What's his face? I forgot his name. Grayson Allen. I did not like that trade at all. Trading Grayson Allen for Sam Merrill, and Grayson Allen's absolutely flourishing with the Bucks right now. It just didn't make any sense. They really did need a shooting, and now they just brought in a guy who isn't even getting a lot of minutes over the season, only averaging 13 minutes per game. So there was really no point, unless they probably traded him because they didn't want to pay him, which makes sense. But I still wouldn't really get that move. Maybe they just did like a sign and trade to at least get some value out of Grayson Allen, but nothing happened. So looking at the other guys, D'Anthony Melton, who's been absolutely killing it. This game especially, 19 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists. Was looking pretty great. 58 from the field and 50 from 3. That's what I like to see from D'Anthony Melton. Once Dylan Brooks come back, he's going to be absolutely killer. I think they really do need his defense and his offense. And it just says right now he's going to be reevaluated early this week. So hopefully he comes back either this week or next week, because he's going to be absolutely valuable. Last season, 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's going to be a very valuable piece for this Memphis Grizzlies team moving forward. Only 25 years old. There's no person on this team that's 30 years old and older, which is something I like, kind of like the Houston Rockets, where, they do have John Wall, Eric Gordon, and DJ Augustine, but they have a really young core overall. So the Memphis Grizzlies, they do have a really underrated young core. Desmond Bane is looking like he's going to be an absolutely killer player for this Memphis Grizzlies team moving forward. From the field, overall, in just 9 games played, 48 from the field, 40 from 3. That's what I want to see from Desmond Bane, and 90% from the free throw. So really great stats from Desmond Bane overall. Looking at his rookie season, only averaging 9 points per game, 3 boards and 2 assists. So definitely a huge jump from 9 points to 16 points is something I wanted to see from Desmond Bane. I haven't seen too much of his game, but I did see some flashes of that last season, I want to say, when they versed the Rockets. And from what I saw, he didn't shoot the ball too well until, I want to say, like the second half of the season where he started turning up. So yeah, Desmond Bane, really great pickup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Steven Adams, also another, pretty underrated name for this team. 9 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists over the season. Hasn't been doing too much on the offensive end, 53 from the field, but no 3-pointers, and 94 from the free throw line. So overall, I think Steven Adams, is really just there for a defense and an interior presence and just rebounding, but they really do need that. They don't really have another center that could really play the same position that Jonas Valanciunas did, because Valanciunas, pretty great center and actually really underrated center. And looking at the other guys that play the center role on the Grizzlies, Xavier Tillman, I think he's more of a bench player. 5 points per game, 3 boards, and 1 assist this season. Hasn't been doing too much, only 15 minutes per game, but I think moving forward, he's going to be coming off the bench. There's just no way. Unless he takes a really, really huge jump from this season, the next season, where he starts averaging some crazy numbers. But until then, probably just going to be left off the bench. So overall, the Memphis Grizzlies, they look absolutely great out there. Next game, let's see. Next game, they should be versing a good team. Yes, they're versing Charlotte on Wednesday, so hopefully that's going to be a good game. Charlotte's been looking absolutely killer. They are versing they're versing the Lakers right now, 26-29, with LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges. So it's going to be a really great game. Hopefully John Morant goes off. It's going to be a game it's going to be a good game. LaMelo versus John Morant, 2 really young point guards battling out. So hopefully the Grizzlies come up with a W and go Grizzlies. So that's the video. I'm JDC, and I'm out. Peace.